Hi, I'm Nicole with the Adoption Consultancy, and today I want to talk about openness in adoption. A lot of new adoptive parents or hopeful adoptive parents fear that they have to be comfortable doing a completely open adoption in order to be able to adopt in a reasonable time frame. So I want to talk about the different levels of openness and what the reality of it is. You have fully open, you have semi-open, and you have closed. Okay? Closed adoption really doesn't happen anymore with domestic adoption. That's sort of the adoption of a generation ago where the birth parents had no contact with the adoptive parents and vice versa, really knew nothing about them, what they looked like, or never had any interaction with them whatsoever. With a fully closed adoption, even if a birth mom doesn't want to select the adoptive family, she usually still wants to receive letters and pictures throughout the first year of the child's life or the first few years of the child's life. If she doesn't want to pick the family and she doesn't want to receive those letters and pictures, the agency is still probably going to have you send them so they can keep them on file in case she ever decides that she does want to see those after all. So even if she's not picking the family, you're still sending those letters and pictures. So it kind of starts to cross into the gray area of semi-open adoption. Semi-open adoption is what almost all domestic adoptions are these days. Okay? With semi-open adoption, the birth mom selects the adoptive parents from a profile that you create. It's sort of like a scrapbook in a way. So she'll know what you look like, she'll know your first names, she'll generally know the state in which you live, and whatever information you put in that profile about your hobbies or interests and so on. You won't exchange last names or addresses or any kind of identifying information. Once you're matched with the birth mom, you'll probably have some interaction during the pregnancy, some phone calls, potentially an in-person meeting if she's local to you, and you'll have in-person interaction at the hospital when the baby's born prior to when the papers are signed. After that, you're just going to send those letters and pictures over the years to the agency. They take them out of the envelopes so that there's no postmark, no identifying information, and if they still have the birth mom's contact information, they forward that on to her, and if they don't, they just hang on to it in case she ever comes and asks for it. The other end of this spectrum, the other extreme, is fully open adoption, and by definition, that's when you do exchange identifying information, last name, addresses, phone numbers, things like that. It's very rare. It's almost as rare as fully closed adoption. But within fully open, there's such a huge range, right? It could mean that you have a phone call once a year and the birth mom has your phone number, or it could mean that you celebrate the holidays together, right? So there's a huge range within there. But most fully open adoptions don't start out that way. It's a very rare pre-adoptive parent that says, well, I have no idea who this birth mom's going to be, but sure, give her my last name and my address. That's very, very rare. Usually fully open adoptions tend to evolve over time. They start as semi-open, and then once people realize that they're very comfortable with each other and they actually like each other and that everybody respects the boundaries, then over time they evolve to a fully open adoption. So again, almost all adoptions are semi-open. That's where your comfort level should be to start pursuing adoption. And if you'd like to talk about this further or anything else related to adoption, please give me a call and I'll be happy to help.